Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, after Bitcoin just recently hit a new record all-time high, we've just seen the market dump in the short term because a matter of hours ago, Donald Trump just announced massive new tariffs, which are crashing the markets, at least in the short term. So this is helping to confirm this new warning signal, which I'll talk about in just a moment. And I'll also be sharing my exact trading strategy as well in just a moment, alongside Ethereum and the price of Solana, which are now starting to reject from these key levels of resistance. So I'll be talking about all of that and more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, just before taking a look at the Bitcoin and crypto charts today, we need to talk about why we just saw a dump in the price of Bitcoin, and a lot of the crypto market and also the stock market dumped, at least in the short term. And the reason behind this was mainly due to a new announcement for new potential tariffs. And so just a matter of hours ago, we saw Donald Trump announce that potentially more tariffs are coming to specifically Apple, with the iPhone here being manufactured in the United States, otherwise suffering a 25% tariff on iPhone, on Apple products. And so obviously Apple stock did not like that announcement. We saw a bit of a pullback in the Apple stock price, and because Apple's one of the largest companies in the world, obviously if Apple pulls back, it also pulls back major indices like the S&P 500 index, for example. So it helps to dump a lot of the stock market. And at the same time as that Apple tariff announcement, we also saw another announcement here by Donald Trump talking about the EU and more massive tariffs over here, talking about a 50% tariff on the EU. And obviously, as we already know by now, tariffs are extremely bearish for the financial markets. So of course, that was one of the main reasons as to why we saw this major dump in the first quarter of the year in the crypto market, in the stock market. Basically, markets crashed during especially around February to March, and that was where most of the tariff announcements were taking place. And if we're looking at the latest announcement for more tariffs coming, of course, that occurred just a matter of hours ago, as we could see. And immediately after that tariff announcement, we saw a major dump, at least in the short term, for crypto and the stock market. And so before this announcement, fundamentally speaking and technically speaking, the charts were looking very bullish. Obviously, we were basically just consolidating at all-time highs. This is the all-time record high right here for the price of Bitcoin at close to 112,000. And so other than the tariff announcement, obviously we were looking very well up until this point. And then of course we saw a dump thanks to this. But obviously this chart only looks bad because it's on the 30-minute time frame. These candles are only just 30 minutes here, but if we're zooming out, looking at the 4-day time frame, right now the super trend indicator is still sitting in the green, so we're still within this larger bullish trend. Technically speaking, on this weekly time frame, we've not yet confirmed this new bearish divergence, so not much has changed over the last 1 day on this chart. And if we're looking at this weekly Bitcoin chart, at least for now, the larger momentum as shown here in the weekly Bitcoin MACD is still pointing in the bullish direction. And so obviously in the shorter term, on smaller time frames, from time to time we can see pullbacks and sideways consolidations and things like that during a larger bullish trend, but at least for now, technically speaking, the larger situation here on the larger time frames is still currently bullish. And if we're taking a look at this 3-day time frame, obviously I mentioned in my last video just yesterday that of course we just hit a new record all-time high for the price of Bitcoin, and we saw a very slight candle close slightly above the previous all-time high in the 3-day candle closes here, which is technically one confirmation signal confirming the breakout into all-time highs. And for now, despite the fact that we've just hit overbought, technically speaking, we currently do not really have any signs telling us that this is a top in the market, of course, at least for now. And based on the last time we saw a breakout into all-time highs, we only just hit overbought at the breakout, but we continued much further towards the upside beyond all-time highs, beyond the previous all-time high. And so at least based on this 3-day chart right here, technically speaking, we still have some more room to run potentially in the coming weeks or months. But remember, from time to time we can see little cool-offs here and there during a bullish trend. That is perfectly normal to see. And if we're taking a look at this daily Bitcoin price chart, obviously now we're currently retesting the old all-time high, which is sitting at roughly around 109,000. So expect some support at give or take 108 to 109,000. But if we start confirming candle closes back below that level and fail to get back above that level, in that situation it's possible we could pull back down towards roughly 105,000, as as another point of support to watch out for, and below 105k, I'll be focusing on around 102,000 as other significant levels of support. And if we're zooming in a little bit further, looking at the 12-hour time frame, technically speaking, we now have one confirmation signal with one 12-hour candle close here in the red, which is helping to confirm this new bearish divergence, confirming a lower high in place in the 12-hour Bitcoin RSI at the same time as confirming higher highs in the price in the candle closes. And so technically speaking, now that we have this one confirmation signal, at least for now, this is technically active on the 12-hour time frame, which means we should be expecting a little bit of a short-term cool off as the most likely scenario here. So either a bit of a sideways consolidation or maybe a slight pullback here as the most common outcomes from a bearish divergence. And if we're looking at what happened last time at a bearish divergence on the 12-hour time frame, we did see just a slight pullback followed by a bit of sideways price action, really not really significant bearish price action, just a slight pullback once again, but still remaining within the larger bullish trend. And so it is quite likely we could see something similar potentially in the coming days here, just a slight little cool off, helping to reset the RSI, for example, giving us some more room towards the upside, because at least for now, once again, despite seeing little cool offs here and there, the trend is still currently bullish. And if we're taking a quick look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, right now we actually have two major areas of liquidity to focus on. First of all, we have this area sitting in between around 105,000 to 106,000, and also this area in between 112,000 to 113,000. And so based on this information, we don't necessarily have one clear direction, because of course we have liquidity towards the upside and towards the downside, at least based on this chart right here. But a likely scenario based on this information, considering the larger trend is still currently bullish, is that it's possible we could see, for example, a little bit more of a cool off, a slight pullback to take out the downside liquidity, and then continue with the bullish trend, ultimately taking out the upside liquidity. And so that is a likely scenario that we have to consider, but overall, just focus on those two levels right there as key levels on the price chart. And what's very interesting is if we're taking a look at the Bitcoin and crypto funding rates, we can see that right now the funding rates are still relatively neutral for the price of Bitcoin, and for a lot of these altcoins here across pretty much all of these exchanges, most of the funding rates are roughly around the neutral rate. And so like I explained in my last video just yesterday, this means that the market is relatively balanced right now, which basically means we don't really have a lot of over leveraged long positions or over leveraged short positions in the market. So essentially it's unlikely we could see a major liquidation event, at least in the short term. So that means we could, for example, see some relatively neutral price action in the shorter term rather than a significant liquidation event to the upside or to the downside, because usually it's when the funding rates are extremely negative or have a massive premium towards the upside well above the neutral rate. Usually when that happens, we are at risk of a possible long squeeze or short squeeze, basically a massive liquidation event happening, which is where we see a significant volatile move. But right now we don't really have that in the market. And so those are my expectations moving forward, just relatively mild price action in the shorter term here, but overall, once again, the larger trend is still bullish despite seeing little cool offs here and there. And so with all of that information in mind, what is my exact Bitcoin trading strategy? And well, of course, I'm still in the swing trade long position, which I've been sharing every day for weeks now on the channel, because I'm still bullish on the larger trend here. So this is just trading the larger swing towards the upside. And over the last one day, I've really made no new changes to this long position. So you can see my stop loss is still sitting at the same level it was sitting at yesterday, which is well into profits here. And being very transparent with this trade, my current realized profits are still around 4,600 USDT, and unrealized profits still at close to 11,000 USDT. So of course, overall, despite seeing short-term dumps, once again, the larger swing trade is still intact. And of course, over the last one day, with the latest dump just recently, this did stop out my other BTNX long position, which I shared in my last video here on the channel. And I shared in my last video that I had my stop loss at break even. So I took no loss on that long position, because once again, this is why I always talk about stop losses and obviously risk management when it comes to taking trades. But you can see here over on my BTNX account, I've just now actually opened a new long position, and I'm still accumulating this long position. If we see a little bit more of a pullback here, I might add to the long position, for example, because there's a possible double bottom pattern here, especially if we hold the higher low here. This could be a sign of a short-term recovery. And once again, overall, I am still bullish on the larger trend here, on the larger timeframes. But just be aware that, of course, this new long position I'm starting to accumulate over on BTNX is relatively high risk, considering, of course, the current information around the new tariffs here. This is really a wild card in the market. And so we have to keep this in mind. Obviously, even if the technicals are looking very strong, from time to time we are thrown a curveball like this new tariff announcement that can dump the markets in the short term, which is usually why I tend to stick to the slightly larger timeframes, because these short-term announcements don't affect the larger timeframes as easily. And so that is my trading strategy, essentially still in this swing trade long position, starting to potentially accumulate a new long position here, but a high risk trade. So just keep that in mind, and I'll potentially close this trade if we start to see more short-term warning signals. And so that's the current update on my Bitcoin trading strategy. And as always, if you want to take these trades for yourself to make a lot of profits in the crypto market, like what I'm doing right here, then make sure to check out the exchanges that I'm trading on right now. And personally, I'm taking this trade over on 2bit, so I'll make sure to leave a link to 2bit below this video in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you use that link, it'll take you to this page right here where you can claim some massive trading bonuses, like for example up to $50,000 in trading rewards you can claim using the link below this video just by trading crypto. But if you're not one of these larger traders here, you can also claim a $30 sign up bonus, and of course a 20% deposit rebate up to a max of 200 USDT. So for example, if you deposit $1,000, you get a $200 bonus, but only if you use that link. And in case you're wondering, 2bit is a no KYC exchange, which means you can access it from basically any country in the world without needing any KYC. But as always, check your local regulations when it comes to trading crypto. And for whatever reason, if you don't want 2bit as an exchange, there's also BTNX, another exchange out there that I also trade on. So I'll also make sure to leave a link to BTNX below this video. And if you use that link, it'll take you to this page where you can also claim some massive trading bonuses, like for example, 35,000 in USDT, and also deposit bonuses. For example, if you deposit $1,000, you get a $200 bonus over here on BTNX, but only if you use that link. And in case you're wondering, BTNX is also a no KYC exchange. But with that being said, taking a look at Ethereum on the weekly time frame, and right now Ethereum is still struggling at this exact area of resistance, still sitting in between 2.7k to 2.8k. So as I've been saying over and over again since before we saw this previous perfect rejection here, expect a lot of resistance, a lot of struggle in that area in between 2.7k to 2.8k. And obviously in the immediate short term, that's exactly where we rejected from once again. So we're still finding strong resistance in that area. But if we can finally confirm a confirmed breakout, a candle close confirming above around 2.8k, in that situation, the next target would be sitting at around 3.2k to 3.3k. But for now, continue to expect strong resistance at this golden pocket here. And as for support, we have a lot of support at this level at roughly around 2.4k, 2400. So like I've been saying over the last few days, for almost a week, it's possible we could actually be forming a bit of a sideways price range for Ethereum, as the price is still kind of lacking momentum, at least in the shorter term, bouncing around between support and resistance. And so that is the current situation in the shorter term for Ethereum, still in a sideways price range, which means continue to expect a sideways price range moving forward, at least in the short term. But overall, we're technically still within bullish price structure, a larger bullish trend. We're just currently taking a bit of a pause during the trend for as long as we're holding above roughly 2.4k. If we confirm a candle close on the daily time frame below around 2400, 2.4k, in that situation, we have a possible double top here on the daily time frame, which would be a top signal and a bearish reversal signal if we break this support. But for now, obviously, we're still holding above that level. And so that's the situation for Ethereum. Those are my expectations moving forward and the key signals and levels to watch out for. And if we're taking a look at Solana on the 3-day time frame, technically the larger bullish divergence is still active here on the 3-day chart, which means overall expect a continued bullish relief on the larger time frames. And if we're taking a look at the daily time frame, at least for now, we're still doing all right here in the short term, continuing a little bit more of a short-term bullish relief. And of course, the next significant area of resistance is the golden pocket, sitting in between around $191 to $200. And if we can finally confirm a breakout above that area, in that situation, the next target, the next major point of resistance based on these Fibonacci levels is sitting at around $230. And as for support to watch out for, we've recently just bounced from this area of support in between around $166 to $168. And if we break below that level with confirmation, in that situation, we have more support support at around 154 and major support in between around 144 to 146. And remember, despite what happens in the shorter term on the smaller time frames, of course, the larger situation for Solana is still a bullish trend, at least for now. The larger price structure is still bullish, forming higher lows and higher highs. So that is still the situation for Solana. And if we're taking a look at the 4-hour time frame, zooming much further into the short term, we can see that we just hit overbought at the time of the tariff announcement here, which is obviously one of the reasons as to why we dumped in the short term, alongside the fact we were overbought. And we can clearly see that the price also rejected from very close to this previous high, proving this as a level of resistance to watch out for, at least in the short term, and that's sitting at around $185. And we could possibly be forming a double top pattern here, which of course would be a top signal and a bearish reversal signal, but I want to make this clear, at least for now, that is not confirmed. In order to confirm a double top, we need to break below this point right here, below this low, which is sitting at roughly around $160. So if we break below around 160, below these lows right here, then that would confirm a short-term double top, and that would be a trend reversal signal on the daily time frame. But for now, we're still just taking a bit of a cool off during a bullish trend. And if we're taking a look at XRP, it's a similar story for XRP, still cooling off a little bit in the short term, but still within a bullish trend. Technically speaking, looking at the price structure, we're still forming higher lows and higher highs here on the daily XRP price chart. And as for support and resistance, we're still currently finding a lot of support right here at just above $2.30. So at around $2.30 to $2.34, that's the support to pay attention to. But if we start confirming candle closes back below, especially $2.30, in that situation, it's possible we could drop back down towards around $2.10 to $2.15. But for now, obviously, we're still finding support at this level at just above $2.30. And as for resistance, we still have significant resistance at this golden pocket, still sitting in between around $2.55 to $2.62. And so overall, what I expect in the short term is honestly relatively neutral price action, maybe a slight bullish relief if Bitcoin plays out a bit of a recovery in the short term, but honestly expect similar price action for XRP as what I've been saying throughout this video. So basically a bit more of a cool off in the short term thanks to that latest dump for the price of Bitcoin, but overall still within a larger bullish trend. And if we're taking a look at the price of Chainlink on the daily time frame, it's also a similar story for Chainlink as well. Technically speaking, we're still playing out a bit of a sideways price range here between support and resistance. So first of all, we have significant support in this area in between around $14.90 to $15.50, and we still have significant resistance at around $17.50 to $17.60. And so like I said earlier, for Ethereum, honestly, we should be expecting a bit of a sideways price range to continue forming here in the short term, just bouncing around between support and resistance, taking a bit of a break from the bullish trend. But overall, we've not yet confirmed any reversal out of the bullish trend. So technically, we're just taking a bit of a pause from the trend, but still within the trend. And if we can ultimately confirm a breakout with a candle close confirming above around 1760, in that situation, the next target, the next major point of resistance would be sitting at roughly $20. And so overall, those are my expectations and the key levels to watch out for the price of Chainlink, and of course, all of these crypto assets. And that's my exact Bitcoin trading strategy. And as always, if you want to take these trades for yourself, once again, check out the links below this video to those exchanges if you want to claim those massive bonuses that are only available using those links. And if you want to actually know how you can take these trades for yourself to make a lot of profits in the crypto market, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen, because the video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.